Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a love reading for my dearest Aquarius. Aquas, I'm going to read your energy on the left, your person's energy on the right, and then we're going to see what's happening between you right down the middle. Now at any point in time, feel free to swap the energies that I may be picking up on. I also urge you to play with time. This could be a past connection, a current situation, or an energy moving towards you in the next couple of weeks. Also, if these messages resonate with you, I am going to ask that you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Your love and support, it means the world to me, so thank you so much. All right, Aquas, let's go ahead and see what messages come through for you regarding the person you're romantically, energetically linked to. Clear messages and guidance, please, for my Aquarius regarding the person they're energetically and romantically linked to. Okay, so your energy is showing up as the Seven of Earth in reverse. So this is about looking at the past, learning from past mistakes, recognizing that there have been delays and frustrations here. There could also have been an issue with reciprocity within this connection. You're viewing your person as the Seven of Air, so you may see them as having an avoidant attachment style or love style, meaning your person isn't showing up for you the way that you need to, or you need them to. They could also have been lying or deceiving you somehow. You're seeing the connection as the Tower. So you could be dealing with an Aries or Scorpio. This could be someone or a connection that you didn't see coming, or something within this connection really took you by surprise. It can also indicate that there's been some serious emotional upheaval. Now your person is showing up as the Nine of Fire in reverse, so it's possible that they've given up on this connection. But for others of you, they finally let down their walls and their barriers. And they may be showing you the real version of themselves, which may not be completely how you imagined it or how they originally projected themselves. They're viewing you as the Six of Air, so they know that there's been some sort of setback or you're on pause. But I do see that they're hoping that you'll come back to them or that you'll accept them for who they are. And they see the connection as the Two of Air, as on pause. There's a bit of a stalemate. So I'm getting a pretty clear message here, Aqua, of what's going on. I feel that your person told you or said something or showed you a side of them that you weren't aware of. This could have been something that happened while under the influence. It could be that they just decided it was time that you knew or understood the true them. And I feel like it's come as a shock and a surprise. And I feel like you need some time to really sort of take a look at whether or not this is a connection that you want to pursue. I see your person is hoping and praying that you'll come back to them. But I also feel that they would understand why you would be angry or you would be upset or why you would pull away from them. So we see the Maiden of Fire. Yeah, exactly. So I feel like, Aqua, whether this is somebody you've been dealing with for a long time or it's somebody new, you've definitely sort of rushed out of this connection to sort of regain your balance is what I'm seeing. Like you're not taking action. You may not be communicating. I feel like you're really soul searching because there's been some sort of major upheaval or shock to the system here. And I feel like it's because your person, they may have been wearing a mask or projecting themselves to be or have something that they're not or they don't have. We see the Lovers card coming out. So this is a very strong soulmate connection. But for some of you, they may have been hiding the fact that they're married or they're involved with somebody else. This is a really weird message and it's probably only for one of you. And I know it's very personal. But for some of you, they told you that they're non-detectable, okay? And you'll know what that is if you know what I'm talking about. So that may have also caused a bit of a pullback. The Gemini card tells me that, yeah, this is a very strong connection, but there's something that has really caused you to pull back. And with the Ten of Air in reverse, there is a possibility of healing this connection. Although some of my Aquarius, you're going to decide that this is too painful or this is not what you want to pursue. So we see the Two of Cups. Wow, this is a really strong soulmate connection. There's a lot of love here. You know, your overall energy, and the card right in the middle is telling me that if you want to, you can get through this. I do feel that this person really loves you, and that's why they decided to tell you the truth. But I do feel that Aquas, a lot of you, with the Seven of Air energy, you feel like they lied or they deceived you somehow, and that's sort of what you need to, that's why you've pulled your energy back, or you're not taking action towards them, trying to figure things out. So we see the Ten of Wands in reverse. So some of my Aquarius, there may have been something that you were suspecting was off and you couldn't quite pinpoint it. And this person, I do feel like they, for a lot of my Aquas, your person, they could be a Gemini, doesn't have to be. Or it could be a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sag. I feel like came to you of their own volition or free will, because they didn't want to keep anything from you. And for a select few of you, somebody may have come and told you, or sort of outed them, or you know, given you a heads up. But for a majority of you, the way I'm seeing the Two of Cups and the Lovers card, your person came to you because they wanted to be transparent and just break it down for you. They knew that they couldn't go on with this connection with any sort of lies or deceit. And with the Ten of Wands in reverse, for some of you, your intuition was confirmed, and it's like this big burden because it feels like there was some tension or a blockage that you couldn't really put your finger on. And now that it's out in the open, now for some of you, it's just going to be too much. And it's just, you know, if you find out they're in another connection, or you find out something that, you know, Tower moment, it's a big deal, something that's shocking. You want to give yourself time to process and then honor how you really truly feel about moving forward with this person. You're seeing them as the Seven of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. So you do see them as a destined partner. I do feel that there's a part of you that is happy that they've told you, or that you've found out this information. And some of you, you're going to wish them well on their way, you know, say thank you, but, you know, this doesn't work for me. Or for others of you, you're going to, you know, this is too intense of a connection to abandon. All right, so this Tower moment, so major upheaval, and the Two of Wands. So this is definitely divine intervention, and I'm seeing that with the Wheel of Fortune and with the Two of Wands in reverse. You may be seeing the number sequence 22 or 222 or 1010, or a combination of 2s and 10s. Now remember, 22 is the master builder number, and it's a number of balance and partnership. And there's no doubt that this is a very strong soulmate connection. The Wheel of Fortune, though, also tells me that there's been a setback, because this is something that you really, really need to take a look at. It's a big deal, whatever this is, Aquarius. And I feel like many of you, it took you by shock and by surprise. But it was meant to happen this way. It's like this is something that you needed to know before moving forward. And the Nine of Fire, and it's some sort of relief in knowing. And I feel like because your person as well was under a lot of stress or tension, because they knew they had either omitted the truth or they hadn't told you exactly what was going on with them. The Nine of Fire, your person's in a state of exhaustion, but they have a lot of love. And I do feel, I mean, some of you, you may find out they're in a third-party situation, and that's not an act of love. But for others of you, your person has these strong feelings and wants to protect you. I know this sounds like a little bit weird, but just hear me out. They want victory and success with you, and they knew they couldn't keep this from you, even if it was something they're worried that you might leave them over. And I do feel that this person wants to protect this relationship. I also feel your person was protecting this secret because they didn't want to lose you. Again, I'm not making any excuses for bad behavior, but I do feel that there's genuine love between you. With the Six of Swords in reverse, they're hoping that you'll come back, but they also know that it's a real strong possibility that you're going to reject them, and that they've lost this opportunity with you because of something that they either misconveyed, or they conveyed misinformation to you about who they are or their health for some of you, which is a very big deal. For others of you, yeah, you may find out that there was somebody else, or that they are in a higher level of commitment, and they just didn't handle things the way they probably should have. But I do feel like they finally came clean. and they want you back, but they also know that it's a real possibility that you may reject them and walk away. So they see the connection as the Tower and the Two of Air. So look at that. We've got double confirmation. There's been major, major upheaval. For a lot of you, if this is like a third-party situation, Aqua, this person didn't expect to catch these feelings for you. And something may have happened that they weren't anticipating. You may have found out, or maybe you knew they were in a third-party situation. But it's interesting because 2 towers are clarified by the number 2. So there's a major decision that I feel my Aquas is, the ball is in your court. It's up to you. And I feel this person is waiting with bated breath. They're holding their breath. They're worried you're going to reject them. They're worried that you'll never see them again. They're worried that they've caused irreparable damage to this connection. They're worried that they've lost your love or they've sabotaged this soulmate connection. And like I said, it's going to be really different for all of you. But whatever it is and whoever's connecting with this message, it's a Tower moment. It's a really big deal. And so the Maiden of Fire, you're not so sure. I feel this is your energy about whether or not you can proceed with this person. And we see the Emperor in reverse. Yeah, because for some of you, if this is your divine masculine, maybe they, they are involved with somebody else. And you may have already caught really strong feelings for this person and finding out that they're married or they're not available. That's a huge blow to the system, especially if you're already emotionally invested. For others of you, this person, they withheld information from you that is unjustifiable. But in their mind, they didn't want to tell you because they didn't want to lose you. And again, it's not a justification for bad behavior, but for a lot of my Aquas, it's too much, okay? It's too much of a big deal to go unnoticed or to repair. But for others of my Aquas, your initial reaction is to pull back. It's that knee-jerk reaction and to leave this person. But the connection between you is so strong, so I feel like there's something that's really holding you back from fully shutting the door on them. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles, because you're still holding on. I feel you both are still really holding on to one another. Now, no good reader is going to recommend that you try to repair a relationship with somebody who is abusive or somebody who's hurtful. And in this case, it feels like a twin flame or a soulmate connection, but neither of those labels are excuses to be in an unhealthy connection. But I do feel that I have 2 people that are clinging on to each other in the night. That's what I'm getting. Like you're holding on energetically to one another because you've been through this major upheaval. You both are seeing this connection as the Tower and trying to figure out, where do we go from here? I do feel that Spirit's telling you to wait until the dust sort of settles. There's been this massive blowout, this massive explosion, this massive shock, maybe to both of you, but mostly I feel for my Aquas. And so Spirit's telling you to honor your need for balance and healing and sort of to get your bearings. They're kind of showing me somebody who's just been around like a big explosion. Or like if you've ever heard like a bomb go off or you've been around artillery, you know how your head can kind of spin, or you can get that high-pitched noise in your ears. And it kind of feels like the whole world has been, is reverberating, back and forth and back to you, if that makes sense. And so I feel like there's a need for you to really just sort of allow yourself time to process and integrate what you have found out here or what has been revealed. And we see the 10 of Air and the Knave of Chalices. Okay, so I do see that there's something major here about whether or not you can commit to this person. And we have the 8 of Swords in reverse. Your person was really, really in their head about keeping this from you or not telling you the truth or about whatever has happened. But I do feel that they decided to free themselves, and whether you decide or choose to move forward with them, that's your prerogative, okay, Aqua? But I do feel that they did the right thing because they do have genuine feelings for you, and they're very well aware that they may have lost you because of this, and to say that they're full of regrets would be an understatement. But I do feel that for some of you, this could be your boss. Okay, we have strong Aries energy. We have strong Aries, Scorpio, Sag energy, the fixed signs. So Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, you, Aquarius. But yeah, we're seeing here lots of 10s. We have 3 10s showing up. the number 16. They're worried that you're going to reject them, that they're never going to see you again, that you're never going to talk to them again. And for some of you, you may cut this person off because it does feel like it's a pretty big deal, whatever happened or whatever was revealed. Some of you, you may be married to this person and have children. You may have found out that they've been having an affair. All work and no play. So your message is strike a balance between the time spent on work and the sacrifice of your personal time. Okay. So for some of you, if you are in a higher level of commitment with this person, and let's say you have children, you have a busy work schedule, there may have been something that happened because you guys just weren't prioritizing each other or the connection. We see inflexible. There's a need to yield in this situation. Release the need to be right or have things a certain way. Sometimes the outcome may look differently than imagined. And this Emperor energy is the my way or the highway energy. So I do feel that my Aquas, you've had a major knee-jerk reaction. And I don't blame you. But I do feel that Spirit's telling you that it is important to allow the dust to settle. Because there is love here. There is something you've been building. There's been this major upheaval, this major shock to the system. But sometimes the outcome looks a little bit different than you're imagining. And as you allow yourself to go through these stages of grief, even some of you guys are going through like a grieving stage with this person, or maybe the loss of the person that you thought that they were, or whom they projected themselves to be. So we get overreacting. Between every action and reaction is the option to pause and think to prevent unreasonable responses. This person, they kept something from you, Aqua. And I feel that your reaction is completely justified. But I feel this person did sort of pause and think, but they didn't have the courage to tell you the truth in the beginning. And they know that this is why them not pausing and thinking, they weren't able to prevent maybe irreparable damage to this connection. Okay, and acceptance. Allowing that which is different, challenging, uncomfortable, or otherwise out of our control. So I do feel that this person regrets a lot here. Regrets not telling you the truth, regrets the way that you found out, has so many regrets and so much remorse. But your person is also in this energy of understanding why you might reject them. Sorry, we're having a little showdown with somebody out at the trash cans. So this person understands that they may have lost you for good, but they've also gotten to a place of acceptance, that they may have sabotaged the most powerful soulmate connection they've ever experienced. And courageous. You have more strength than you give yourself credit for. You can do this. Yeah, Aqua. So I feel that you're going through something pretty insane here, Aqua. And Spirit wants you to know that whatever it is you decide, if you decide to work on this connection, or you decide to, work on or heal this connection, or you decide to move away from this person, that you have the strength and the conviction and the courage to get through this major tower moment, this major upheaval. So we do see that this person has so much love for you. We're even going to say unconditional love, despite the way they may have behaved or the way they've acted. I do feel they didn't mean for things to get this far. And again, I know it sounds like I'm apologizing for them or I'm somehow excusing their bad behavior here. I'm not. It's just this person is very sincerely in a state of regret and remorse. But they know they acted selfishly. They know that they didn't take your feelings into consideration. In fact, whatever this is that they did here, they didn't take you or maybe even your children or your family into consideration. They may have been allowing you to put in all the work, okay? And it's like they just weren't filling you in on how they were feeling or what was going on with them. But this has been a major karmic lesson for them. So we see the phoenix. So you will be like the phoenix rising from the ashes, Aqua. So for some of you, you know, your family has been pulled apart because of your person's actions or behaviors. For others of you, this is something that affected you financially, maybe even physically for some of you. I know that's sort of a weird message, but I feel like you would know if I'm talking about you or not with that. But I do feel that this is something that is going to make you stronger. And this karmic lesson, although it feels like one of the most difficult that you've ever had to learn, it was something that you were meant to in this lifetime. And I do kind of get, for some of my Aquarius, for some of you, this is your partner may have crossed over or passed on unexpectedly. And they may have been doing something that they shouldn't have been doing, like they were doing something that was risky. You know, whether that was something like some sort of extreme sports, or, you know, if they were, you know, doing something they shouldn't have been doing. But for a lot of you, you're seeing your person as really selfish. And I feel that whether they're here or they've crossed over, because for some of you, this is absolutely somebody who's crossed over. And I was getting that message earlier, but I wasn't so sure about it until I saw this card. But I do see that, my Aquas, whoever this is for, you are going to get through this major upheaval. And I feel like I'm so affected. Like I can see this has brought you to your knees, Aqua. And we see clock. So it needs time. It takes time to heal. So for some of you, this is, you've lost your partner. They were in some sort of accident, or they were doing something they weren't supposed to, or something that you asked them not to. And for others of you, this person, you know, you may have found out they were involved with somebody else, or they were in a third-party situation, or something about their health that they didn't disclose to you. And Spirit's just telling you to give yourself time. If you do want to heal this, I do see that that's a possibility. But for many of my Aquas, you need that time on your own to heal from a very deep betrayal or emotional upheaval. I feel like almost robotic, like I'm in shock, Aqua. Like I can feel like the state of shock, like I'm going through the motions of this reading. But I'm doing it with like, I have this like deep emotion, but I'm just shook. That's how I'm feeling here. I'm just feeling really, really shook. I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Celebration, let go, and have fun. So I do feel for some of you, if they had a behavior that, okay, if they were doing something, like if they were in a third party, or it was something about their health that may have possibly affected you, I feel that there's a positive outcome for you. So those of you who might be afraid of, you know, something that they were doing affecting your health, I feel like the outcome is going to be really positive. And that hopefully, you know, not to say that you overreacted, but that you were needlessly worrying. That's what I'm feeling like. But I also feel a lot of you, this has been something that's been heavy and tense for quite some time. And you may be finally deciding to let it go, to get back out there, to have fun, to celebrate life. For others of you, depending on exactly what this is that happened, if it's something that is forgivable and you do feel like it's worth healing, there is a possibility of being able to let go and move forward here. Because like I said, your person, I'm not excusing their bad behavior, but it does feel like they've learned a very intense karmic lesson. Opportunity knocks, go for it. So for some of you, this is opening up doors. Instead of you focusing on what you've lost or what you can't do, there may have been something about this connection that was actually restricting your progress or your success. So although it doesn't feel like it, Aqua, I feel like there's a major silver lining. There's something here that's worth celebrating, because this may have been a situation or a relationship that was becoming burdensome with the 10 of Wands in reverse. It was becoming heavy. It was weighing you down. It was keeping you from being your highest expression of yourself. Maybe it was a connection that was sort of all-consuming, that you were always trying to work on this. You were always in therapy. You were always, you were always trying to, make amends. And it just kind of feels like you're finally able to let go of this and let love in. And this ending is actually bringing you a new beginning. Some of you may be older in age, and you need to trust your intuition. Yeah, I love this. And we get vacation. Take time for relaxation and adventure. So for some of you, I know this is kind of a weird message, Aqua, but there's this like huge silver lining to whatever has happened. For some of you, it may be strengthening your bond and your connection to this person. And they're kind of seeing how they were selfish or how they were possibly going to lose you for good. But that's not going to be for all of you. A lot of my Aquas, you are shutting the door on this connection with a very, very heavy heart. That this person took action or made decisions that lowered their vibration. And this is something that you really wanted. This is something that you were fighting for, but it was almost like it was too hard or too difficult. And I feel there's been some sort of deal breaker for the majority of my Aquas who are still with me. And it's Spirit's way with this Wheel of Fortune of coming in to intervene and saying, no more, Aqua. The time has come. There's something so much better. Life can be so much happier and so much easier for you if you just let go. What else do my Aquarius need to know about this connection? What a very, very intense reading, Aqua. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. That Eight of Swords. It may have been your person. I think your person was really, really stressed about you finding out whatever this is. I think your person is also relieved to not have to worry about that. But I also feel that's affected you, like you're letting go as well. Some of you, this is the green light, exactly what you needed to walk away from this person or this connection for good. And for others of you, you know, I feel like this person is really, if they're waiting for your answer or your decision, they're stressing hardcore about losing you because they know that they've sabotaged a soulmate connection. So we get this energy of vacation and retreat, and it's coming out a lot. And I got that with the Knight of Wands energy in reverse. Take your time, Aqua. Spend time on your own. Recharge. I do feel that you're going to feel refreshed and rejuvenated. And then and only then do you owe this person some sort of explanation or decision. And we see trust. So it's safe to trust in this situation. And we see here that Spirit's telling you to trust your intuition. Okay, so trust your intuition. A lot of my Aquas, you knew something was up all along. And despite that, you were giving them the benefit of the doubt. But I feel like now you know. And this person, they're worried they've lost you for good. And for many of them, they have. For others of you, this person wants to heal things. And they're in this energy of sincerity. And if it's not a deal breaker, okay, if it's not something that's egregious or really terrible, then for many of you, it's okay to trust this person and work on this connection. This person, they absolutely are coming back in with an apology. And I was feeling that. I have been feeling that all throughout this reading, Aqua, that this person has so much regret and remorse. And I do feel that to a degree, you guys are clinging on to one another because whatever this is, it's been a huge shock. And even if it results in a breakup or separation, you know, that's normal, especially if you've been together with this person or you have children with them or you've been through a lot with this person. But this is a major karmic lesson, and the ball is in your court. Remember, endings bring new beginnings. So if you do decide to move away from this person, and it feels like with a very heavy heart, that Spirit will be sending you a new divine counterpart or soulmate. And we see that with the Lovers card and the Two of Cups. For some of my Aquas, this is a karmic lesson, karmic connection that needed to be learned to put you on your true path. For others of you, this is something that can be healed and cleared because you two are really, truly meant to be together. But you need to use your own judgment because all of your stories are different. Okay, it's going to be different for each and every one of you. And if this is a deal breaker or something that's really egregious or cannot be, you know, cannot be excused, then there is a silver lining here that you will be finding new love. Okay, so we get, give me more time. I'm working on being a better counterpart for you. So embarrassed, I acted foolishly and don't know how to tell you how sorry I am. And I was dishonest with you and myself, and I lived one big lie. Yeah, I'm lost in this world without you. It gets lonely. So for some of you, this is something that may have already happened. This person is working on themselves. They're embarrassed by their lies and their deceit. They themselves maybe were even convinced of what they were telling you or what they were portraying. But I do feel that the mask is off and now the truth is going to set you free. All right, Aquas, I'm going to leave it here. It's going to take some strength and courage to get through this, but you guys certainly can. Sending you love and light. If these messages resonate with you, I am going to ask that you like, share, and subscribe. Also check out the description box for ways you can get a private reading, or if you like the cards I'm using, or you want to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Take care.